Hello everyone, hope you're having a great day. This may be our biggest console mod drop of all time in Baldur's Gate 3 because these two outfits, which are some of the most requested outfits ever, are now available on console with Ethereal Threads by Eridea and the Femme Fatale Tactical Dress mod by Skirby. Not only this, but we're also getting mods that came out last week. This is crazy. Nick Jima's Feline, Fiendish, Tieflings 2 mod, which I covered in my best mods of the week video, is now on console. So is Rolan Spells by Poppy here, a valued member of our community, who's now able to Rolan spells, which are different versions of the spells in the game. We also got the invisible capes and cloaks, which was a highly requested feature because sometimes the cloaks just look ugly on our outfits. We also got poses from 2 weeks ago and much more. Mods that are literally new to the game. This is incredible to see, and some fan favorite classes. Now, I do want to talk about the Ethereal Threads here by Eridea. I've been using their mods on Nexus. This is the one that's in Mod.io, and it has some incredible looking outfits I get asked about in pretty every single video that I put out with them in it. So this comes with some of these having the letter T beside them, meaning that you can dye them. So this is the outfit that I got on right now, the Raison d'Etre, and the dyeable version is going to have this little blue tone that we can then dye and give it some different colors. So not all of them are going to have this option, but a lot of them do. But yeah, these outfits just look so amazing. Perfect for your next Shadow Sorcerer playthrough, you name it. There's so many great outfits here, and I'm happy that this is now available on console because I get asked about it every single day. I'm so thankful that Larian testing got this approved right before Christmas here. This is just so great. So yeah, Ethereal Threads, but we also got the Femme Fatale Tactical Dress by Skirby. This is probably the most requested on my channel. I've been using it since it dropped in March of this year, and I've used it in pretty much every video. Like, Shadowheart's always rocking this outfit. I oftentimes will change it now just because I got a lot of comments that people are upset that it wasn't on console. I was not sure if we'd even see it on console. I did say that I was thinking it would come, but we finally now have it. So you get the tactical dress chest here, which comes with the normal tactical dress. There's the tactical gloves, which can give you a little poison damage, kind of cool. And then there's also going to be a clothing version with gloves, without gloves. And then there's also a cake version. So you can put this on if you want to have a little extra cake there. So yeah, cool. You can have your cake and eat it too. I'm so happy this is now on console as both clothing and armor options. This is just fantastic. And this mod is available at the Emerald Grove from Aaron or in the tutorial chest. That's probably the easiest way to summon it in. Now, I really like the Fiendish and Feline Fiendish. This is actually a requested mod, so it changes the eye textures over for all the cambions to give them the cat glowing eyes, and I think that this just looks really cool. So yeah, if you're on subsequent playthroughs, sometimes it's just nice to see things from a different perspective, and this will do it because it's one of the main areas in the game. And yeah, Nick Jima really did a fantastic job with this mod. So it replaces all the Tieflings eyes, and it also will include all cambions. And they had to do some overrides on like Murkon and Mizora, but they made it all work, so this is really cool. Now, Rolan spells. I recently just covered this, and the spells that they add, basically his mage armor is going to increase armor class by 2 instead, so this is actually really good at putting it on really any character. Rolan's Thunder Wave will knock them prone and push them back 12 meters instead. There's also Rolan's Color Spray, which is a 4th level illusion spell, which can confuse creatures up to a combined 44 health points. Rolan's Magic Missile is a single missile. It does a 5d4 damage, can daze the target, setting them up to get wisdom disadvantage on their saves. And then Rolan's Fireball, which is 96 damage and can heat up the area, which is similar to the Heat Metal. So very cool mod here by Poppy. And if you're a fan of Rolan, you got to check this one out. And even if you're not a fan of Rolan, these are cool spells that add to the game, and it's available for all these characters or classes you can see here. I do want to mention this here, the Invisible Capes and Cloaks by Geoboza here, because this is something that a lot of people just want. I actually covered a spell this weekend that removes cloaks, and it was a spell, but this mod, you install it and your cloaks just don't show up. I think it's better this way because honestly, let's face it, there's no cloaks that look that great in this game, so having them removed will make Edna proud. Unfortunately, I mess around and try to get my photo mode to work properly. Same thing was happening last weekend. I have to disable all my mods, but Sera's Silly Cauldron and Delulu poses here by Seraphine is fantastic. So you can just see by their incredible screenshots, I couldn't even do something to make it look as good as they did, so I'll let their work do the talking. Fantastic mod. I am a huge fan of all the different mods that have been popping up for photo mode lately, and this is just another fantastic one. If you're playing with your friends or a significant other and you want to do a cool photo shoot, or if you want to have a fun photo shoot with one of the characters in the game, this is the way to do it. I also do want to make a little mention here that kind of similar to the issue that I'm having is you can only have one photo mode mod at a time on console. There are some mods that will allow more than one, and I'm hoping that they will come to console here soon because yeah, it just makes it a little bit tough to disable one and then use another. But yeah, that's kind of all we got at the current moment. My recommendation is if you want to use photo mode, You download the mod that you think you want to use for your photos, take the pictures, remove the mod, and then you got yourself a clean slate to add more on. It's just a workaround for the current moment. Now, you may have noticed my character's amazing earrings here with Eyeless Try there. This is the Earrings of the Devout by Barry Semifredo. This adds 15 new deity-based earrings into the game. They got this nice silver look to them. They're looking to add some physics and different colors in the future, but you can see it here. This is perfect for your next playthrough, like if you want to do a Corlin Laurenthian, Eyeless Try, Kellamore. You got lots of great choices here, and this is just fantastic. For really any character, you can do this. I think they look really nice. They're big enough that you can see them from a bit of a distance here, so very well done on this mod here by Barry Semifredo. I do also want to add, this mod was added November 25th. They're doing a really good job of getting these out quickly. But next up is another photo mod that I unfortunately cannot show by Artie Henrietta here, the My King, Your Lionheart. Another photo mode mod pack that has both like a body type 1, body type 2. You can really use either. It doesn't really matter, but it's just meant to signify who's going to be doing what in the photo here. And you can see some really cool ones. To have weapons in your photo, unfortunately console can't do that currently, but yeah, you can do pretty much all these things here. The only workaround that I have for using weapons in photos, if you want to do that, is to go out and do the animation like you're going to use your weapons and then go into photo mode. But unfortunately, you can't do poses with weapons. Just want to mention that there, but really cool stuff. Now, new class that we got here is the Zephyr. This is by the Wailing Bard. They do a fantastic job with all their mods, so I highly encourage checking them out. The Zephyr Whirlwind of Blades comes with all these here that you can see for subclasses. 8 subclasses, no AI used. This is amazing. And you can see all the different specialties of these subclasses. I will be covering this in the future as just let me know which of these 8 subclasses you want to see first, because they got some really cool stuff here. I really like the Weave Dancer as a fan of both like the Gish style builds with Magic and Blade. This can chain cast 2 different spells together, which is pretty cool. And for fans of Final Fantasy, the Dragoon, kind of similar to that. You can use dexterity-based jumps and halberds. So yeah, I really like the Dragoon. That's probably the class that I'm going to end up doing, as I've ran one of those in Final Fantasy 14. But this is really fun. You got full progressions mapping here all the way up to level 20. This is a really well done and underrated class mod, so I'm very happy this is now on console. You can see all the different subclass features that you got here. And you use special Zephyr weapons, which are any weapons that are light thrown and have the finesse property. And we also get the Windborne Strike while wearing light armor or no armor. You get your movement speed increased by 1.5 meters, and you use your dexterity to determine your jump distance. And you also get to use only 1.5 meters if you're not prone. So this is very much so a dexterity-based class. You go into your flow state where actions and consciousness are seemed melded. I'm going to be doing a build on this in the future here, probably in the next couple days. I am so happy this is now available on console. You guys have a real treat here with this mod here by the Wailing Bard. And we also got another really great mod by them, the Guardian. This is a subclass mod instead of a full-out class for the Fighter. And this is a tanky one. We actually have a very big shortage of tanky versions of the Fighter. There's a few mods on PC, but none on console. And this one now has this here, which you can go into your Guardian stance. I'm actually going to do I'll do a build on this one as well, because I'm a big fan of tanky classes, because there's not many good ones. There's like the Moon Druid, but this is a Fighter, and it's meant to be tankier. You get the ability to add your improved stance here, which will give you bonuses to your dexterity saves and your armor class. And yeah, a lot of different passives abilities related to defending your team. So yeah, this is a really cool one. So yeah, check this out by the Wailing Bard. We also got a Barbarian subclass with the Path of the Corpse Eater Barbarian by Havesglimp. This is really cool. This is a mod based on Obsidian's Pillars of Eternity. So if you're a fan of that, you'll be familiar with some of the abilities here. As with all the other Havesglimp class mods, they have a lot of different abilities all the way up to level 20 here. They do a fantastic job with their stuff, and also list out all the different abilities on the mod.io page here. This is another mod that I will be doing a video on in the future because I think it's so well done. We also got a really fun armor mod here by Reaper, the Ghaikskin Knight Armor. And finally, more armor for body types 2 and 4. Now, AES Reaper has done a great job with this because these all come with their own abilities, and it's kind of like a progressive version of this, because you come with a few different pieces here, and they come with different rarities, green, blue, and the legendary armor here, which will reduce all incoming damage by 1, gain force, conduit whenever you take physical damage. The helmet here can give you arcane acuity for 2 turns. Like, I think this is really well balanced. It also has the Gith benefits, obviously, with the Ghaikskin. This also gives you +1 to strength saving throws and attacks, which is really good for gloves, honestly. And this one gives you increased movement speed. So yeah, I just love the appearance of this armor set. This is really well done. So worth checking out if you like armor and you're looking for another body type 4 that fits thematically within Baldur's Gate 3. Kind of gives me some Knights of the Old Republic vibes as well. So I think this is fantastic. AES Reaper done such a great job with this. I hope we see some more of their mods come to console as well soon. Now, we also got the NPC Redesigns Mystra by Azazel Was Taken. I'm so happy this came out. Now, there's another version of this. There's two versions. So this is what Mystra will now look like versus her normal look. Some people like this because as the goddess Mistress, she should be able to change her appearance to, I guess, I don't know. Some people like the way she looks better in here. So I just want to point this one out. There's also another one here. This one is not on console. So yeah, we got this one here on console. Next up, we got the Such a Tease Ornamental Raphael Redressing mod by Nickjima. Another fantastic Nickjima mod here for fans of Raphael. This is great because this is going to give him some nice gold adornments here with his chest open out in his shirt. And it makes all these little pieces gold instead of silver. So yeah, if you're a big fan of Raphael, very well done character, this is just going to give him new appearances. I'd recommend checking out all of Nickjima's mods. They've done such a great job. And yeah, more Raphael stuff, the better. They actually just got recently covered in Baldur's Gate or Larian's community post 36. So shout out to Nickjima. That's awesome. And we also got a standalone Gabes Pets. I recently covered the Gabes Fun Pack mod, which adds a 21 different mods into Baldur's Gate 3. I highly recommend checking that out on console. It's great for the load order. Gabes Pets here adds not only pocket dragons, but a bunch of different summons, and it's nice and easy. You just get a bag, and then you have these different things you can summon in, like a chicken or golems here. Various pets for your amusement. So yeah, it's not obviously recommended for a balanced run, as summons are very overpowered, but this is cool. I also did cover it pretty recently too. Inferna Victoria Raphael's Regal. I meant to put this beside the other one. Another redesign outfit. It's got incorporates some pieces from the Helldesk armor here, and it's kind of trying to adapt this picture here. So really cool stuff. I like the look of this, and it feels like Raphael. I like the shoulder piece a lot. So yeah, this is really cool. And new gem materials. Again, Nickjima's great job with this. And we got the Egg Magic Clownify. This one actually was just covered in a community update for Baldur's Gate 3 by Larian. So this just gives you some different cantrips that lets you clownify your characters. So if you want to have your characters looking like a clown at the very start of the game, you can also do that with a cheater spell, but this is also another choice by Bugby128. We also got more ability scores instead of feats by Hachang JA. This makes it so that when you choose ability score increase, you get 3 points instead of 2. Pretty nice, and it works with patch 8. We also got the Minthara Dirt B Gone. For whatever reason, Minthara will always be dirty. So if you get different types of armor and put it on her, you may notice there'll be blood appearing on her. This now fixes it so that this does not happen. I also want to mention that certain armor mods will not work properly because when you equip the armor, she gets them all bloody for whatever reason, and then you can put it on someone else and it looks normal. So this is just a quality of life that gets rid of all the dirt for whatever reason. Ritual Misty Step. So this turns Misty Step into a ritual spell. It's nice for exploration, but I also want to mention again, Cheater Spell has the same function and it has an increased range on it, and you won't be messing with your normal Misty Step. We also got these spell slots ×2, and it feats every level mod. People like the cheat mods. This may be for you. Basically, all this does is makes it so you get twice the amount of spell slots. It's kind of nice, I guess, if you wanted to really load up on spell slots. We also got no VFX pending console approval. It's now on here by Robogina. So basically, this just is an all-in-one effects remover. There's a lot of really annoying effects, like if you get temporary health or things like that. Any of the trickery domain effects, yeah, there's a lot of VFX that are just annoying. This removes it, makes it nice and clean. And the last mod we got, perfect for the holidays, the Christmas Dice set by Sultry Shay. This is a mod I actually talked about I did a video on best Christmas mods last year, and this is just a cute one. So basically it just adds in a bunch of different dice, and they just look like winners. You got choices here. There's also Glacier die. Really cute, and again, Christmas is coming, so perfect for that. Yeah, honestly, this was such a big drop. I am so excited. We got some cool looking armor, the 2 most requested equipment mods. What a great console mod drop in Baldur's Gate 3. Let me know in the comments your favorite. Hype the video below if you enjoyed it. Also like and subscribe. I hope you guys all have a great day, and we'll see you all in the next one.